Before heading to the video, if you haven't subscribed the channel, do subscribe it and don't forget to click the bell icon for the latest update notification. If you like the video, do like, comment and share. Stay tuned with learnbay.co. Happy learning!
Now we are going to study very unreasonable type of sampling that is called non-probabilistic sampling. It is so so funny. These type of sampling are so funny. But see, in a way, why we study is, in a way, in daily life or in some point of our in some point of our life, we would have used this type of sampling. For example, let's talk about convenience sampling. Okay, this is the easiest method of sampling. Okay, like for example, in this sampling, each individual or anything, the individuals are asked, selected based on the availability or willingness to take part. Okay, so for example, I have to talk about, I have to take a sample of few 10 people. I have to take the sample. So what I did is, if I go onto the road, then it would be time consuming. So let's go to a mall and then take whoever is coming out of the mall, I'll ask them, hey, can you can you answer few questions of mine? He will say yes, then I'll obviously ask few questions. If they say no, then I cannot force them to take part in our sampling. Okay, so this is kind of convenience sampling. On based on others convenience, your convenience, you are doing the sampling. Okay, for example, out of these point, I have to select say 5. Okay, and the first 5 to volunteer for my sampling are these points: 4, 7, 12, 15 and 20. Okay, so I'll do this sampling. In a way, if you see, in a way it is practical also. For example, we are considering that all the people will participate in your sampling, which is not always possible. Okay, for example, if you are considering to survey the people based on their economical condition, you will go and ask them, okay, you go to your office and then ask your colleagues, how much is your salary? Will they tell you? Will they tell you their salaries? No, right? We are not supposed to disclose our salaries. Okay, so you won't be able to survey. Okay, but just assume that if you want to survey and there are 5 friends of your friends, 5 of your friends who are from your same college, your besties, and you are now working in same company. Obviously, in some way or the other, those people can tell you that, okay, this is my salary. Just telling you, don't tell anyone, but just telling you because you are doing survey. Okay, so that is the convenience sampling. Okay, you cannot get hold of everyone and force everyone to take part in your sampling. Understood? Okay, now the examples could be, for example, if you go to any mall. Okay, if you go to any mall, if you are coming out, you would say people distributing pamphlets. Okay, now the distribution of pamphlet is based on whoever is coming out. Okay, whoever is coming out or whoever is willing to take that pamphlet. Okay, so that guy is standing there from 6 to 7 p.m. for example, I'm telling. Okay, and now 100 people came out of which 50 did not take. Okay, out of 50, those 50 which we take are from, say, some particular background of people. Yes, so here also the bias is involved. Okay, but the most convenient way of doing the sampling, that is the reason it is called convenience sampling. Is it clear? Hello.
Yes, Dhruv.
Yes.
Okay, now the another non-probabilistic sampling is one of it is called quota sampling. Okay, so in this type of sampling, what we do is we choose item based on predetermined characteristics of the population. Okay, now very interestingly, what we do is here also we divide in a kind of strata. Okay, we divide the whole data set into strata, and based on that we select a particular quota of sample. For example, just I'm taking an example. Let me think about it. Okay, now what I do is I'm explaining quota, and then you guys can tell me how is it different from you know uh, stratified sampling. Okay, so let's take a basic example. Like for example, there are 500 people that I'm going to sample, and I want 500 people. Okay, and let's say there are different types of quota I have divided. For example, I have gender quota. This is a kind of, you can think about it in the terms of, say, strata that we that we did. Another could be based on age. Okay, so based on age, so on gender I want 250 male, 250 female. Okay, this is what I have decided the quota. Okay, so in age, say for example, if I am selecting this quota, so on age I have given this type of range, like 16 to 20, 21 to 30, then 31 to 40, 41 to 50, and 51 plus. So all these things. So I have I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 100 people each in all these sections, I mean all these intervals, correct? So this is one quota. Similarly, I can have based on location, 50 people from 10 different locations. So altogether 500. So all these are my different quota. And now based on, based on one particular quota, I would select. Okay. So how is it different from my stratified sampling? Now, can someone tell me? How is it different from my stratified sampling? So in a way, what we used to do is we used to divide the population in my stratified sampling into different strata, which were kind of similar in terms of their traits, correct? Here also, if we are dividing into male and female, in a way is similar. Okay, but the next step that we used to do in stratified sampling is we used to sample from the strata. Okay, here what we are doing is we will select any of these quota and then we do the sampling. Either we will select gender, 250 male, 250 female, and then do the sampling. Okay, depending upon what I say, for example, if I am going to do the research on gender, okay, and I want the, you can say, differentiating factor as gender. If I want to establish something that, let's say, I want to measure the economical condition of, let's say, male and female, comparative in nature, then obviously I'll select this particular quota in which I'll select 250 male, 250 female. I don't want based on age. And understand?
Dhruv, is this something similar to cluster sampling also?
It is, you can say, a mix of cluster and stratified sampling. The only way to look at it is this, but it is not, it is non-probabilistic sampling. Why? Because we are just taking a sample in which it is not probabilistic in nature. We are just taking one kind of trait and then we are dividing it based on our requirement or our type of research that we are doing, for which I am drawing the sample. I am doing this. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
For both cluster and okay, let me finish.
Does it make it
Let me finish. What I'm saying is, even in clusters, we gave the equal chances to all the clusters to be selected, right? In stratified sampling, what we did is we select randomly from all the strata, right? That is the reason that is probabilistic sampling. Here I have kind of defined a quota. Okay, on another example, before going ahead, I can give you, like for example, your manager. Okay, so your manager can set a quota that, okay, people who wished on my birthday will only get promotion. Okay, so that is a quota. On lighter note, I'm telling, okay, that is a quota your manager has set. Once he sets this quota, whoever satisfies this will get a promotion. Okay, so that is not a probabilistic sampling, but that is what you have a preconceived notion about. You have built a preconceived notion. Okay, you have defined something based on, see, obviously there is a strata. Okay, so you will have the people based on who wished him and who did not wish him. Yes, there will be two groups. Okay, and then based on that he will give. But that is what the quota sampling is. You have a quota for every set of people, and then you select one quota based on your type of research. Okay, yes or no? You are asking something.
Does it become more biased because we'll be choosing the data which will help us for
Yes,
to attain what type of result we need?
yes, yes.
So then,
It is very, it is very biased. That is the reason we have put it in non-probabilistic sampling. So non-probabilistic sampling techniques are mostly more biased than probabilistic samples. Okay, but see, but then also whenever we would do research, try to do this type of sampling. You understand?
yeah, sure.
Uh, okay. Dhruv, can we say that quota sampling is like once the stratified sampling is done, we do a systematic sampling where there'll be possibility of biasing is
No, no,
also
no, no,
possible.
no, no.
Okay.
It's not that combination. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Cool. Two, three example we have seen. Let's go ahead to the next. There is this sampling called snowball sampling. Okay. So what happens is whenever this type of sampling is done, whenever a particular sampling is very tough to go ahead. Okay. That, for example, what happens is, for example, let me take an example of COVID-19. Okay. So COVID-19. Okay. Okay. Now just assume that this is obviously a very kind of the mortality rate is very less, but it is very feared. Why? Because medicine is not available, right? Now assume at the starting, if someone has a COVID-19, okay, someone has a COVID-19, okay, now his name is not disclosed in the public, fearing that people will start discriminating against him. Okay, let's assume this is the person. Okay. Okay, now somehow I got hold of this person. I'm a I run a news channel. Okay, or I'm a, you can say, correspondent to a news channel. Okay, and then I have to interview, let's say, 5 people who are COVID positive, COVID-19 positive. Okay, so how will I sample? I don't know. I only know one person. I can go to that person, can interview him, and then can ask him, hey, can you tell me name of another person who was sitting, who was there with you in hospital, okay, and who you think is, who you know is COVID positive. Okay, so he can tell me that, okay, yes, you can go to this person. Okay, now I'll go to the second person. I'll ask the same question. I'll take his interview and I'll ask him question. Give me at least one person whom I can interview. Okay, this is the question of my job. Okay, so he will refer me to some other person. Similarly, he will refer. So based on that, so this is called the snowball sampling. Okay, so existing people are asked to nominate further people known to them, so that the sample increases in size like a rolling snowball. Okay, you understand? So that is the reason it is called a snowball sampling. Okay, each people
In
that I'm
this
interviewing,
case,
wait, let me finish. Let me finish. Okay, so each people that I am interviewing will nominate, it may nominate one or more people. Okay, one or more people, it is not always one, but I'm just assuming if it is one, then this is the way, the direction of my sampling will go. Understood? Now ask your question.
okay, I understood the concept. In this case, again, there will be a biasing because one person who is influencing the other person, he will be of the same kind. Is that correct?
See here, there is a significant risk of selection bias in slow one sampling, as reference individual will share common traits with the person who recommends them. Yes, you are right. Okay, so obviously that will be, but see, the type of sampling that we are doing. Okay, so why you think we did not do random sampling here? Because we don't know. Yeah, obviously there are people who are COVID positive, but we don't have information about those people. Okay,
So we are looking for the same kind of sampling only, you mean to say?
same
Because
type
we
of,
are looking for the COVID patient. The one COVID patient will be
so
referring
out
for
of,
the another COVID patient.
yes,
Okay.
out of thousands of people in a city, I have to, there may be people, let's say 50 COVID positive at initial stage, let's say, okay, I'm talking about March, April, May, okay, those time, okay, very small city I'm considering, there are thousands, hundreds and thousands of people. Out of those 50, I only know one of them, okay, and I have to sample, let's say 5 people, okay. What is the way? I know only one of them, so I'll go to them. Okay, I cannot do random sampling. Why? Because I don't know the people who are COVID positive, right?
Yeah.
I may sample. So other way is to go to each whole population. That also I cannot do. I have to do sampling, right? So in order to select the sample, I'll go to one person. Will ask them to refer another. He will refer another, and then in that way, I'll keep asking till the time I achieve my target. My target was I have to interview 5 people. I got 5. I'll stop there.
Yeah, got it.
Anup is saying just like multi-level marketing. Yes, yes. So that you can see in that way. Okay. Yes, multi-level marketing.
Okay.
And then, Dhruv, on a lighter note, can I say it's an election of Rajya Sabha MP?
Rajya Sabha MP. Yes, in a way, yes. But Rajya Sabha MPs are also. Yes, I'm not very much proficient with civil, those things. But as far as I know, it is being recommended by, say, ruling party as well as opposition party. Okay,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
People, and then people who are currently member of Rajya Sabha, they also recommend few people, right?
People in Lok Sabha, they will recommend.
Lok Sabha, as well as people who are currently a member of who come from different you can say different fields, okay, right, from sports,
Yeah, true.
Right, so that can also be a part of stratified sampling, right?
Dhruv, won't that be judgmental sampling?
Sorry,
Won't that be judgmental sampling?
Which
The last one which we were discussing about, if an MP wants to recommend another person, that's based on their judgment, right? So won't that be judgment sampling?
See, depends upon what perception you are talking. Okay, he was telling that if a particular Rajya Sabha MP recommends another, okay, so I'm talking only about the recommendation. Okay, I'm not talking about what is his judgment. Okay, so for example, if I am not say for example, I am unaware about, let's say, I don't know much about cricket. Okay, I don't know much about cricket, and one Rajya Sabha MP recommended me about a particular player in cricket which can be a good fit for a Rajya Sabha MP. Correct. So so I don't know, because I don't have information about that person, and someone gave me. So that can be a type of snowball sampling. Understood?
Okay.
But
yeah,
yes,
got it.
You are also right that it can also be a part of judgmental sampling. Okay? That is what we are going to study next. Okay. Now, judgment sampling is defined as whenever we will have.
Here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. So is it that the snowball sampling is it not similar to the convenient sampling? So how is it going to be different from the convenient sampling?
So convenient sampling is in which I was knowing from where from the people that I was going to sample. You understand?
Yeah.
But here I don't have the information about the thing that I'm going to sample. So for example, if you think if you okay, wait, let me explain you first. Okay, so for example, if I am talking about HIV positive, okay, HIV positive people, now you understand how sensitive this would be. Usually people with HIV positive back in 1990s, people were not disclosing even if they had HIV positive. Then even if there are some policies being made for these people, the sampling, it was very tough. Okay, so what used to happen is they had some of their own you can say NGOs and all. So what usually if you will ask someone, or you won't be able to get who all are HIV positive. Okay, so then what used to be there the case, that you will get hold of few persons and then they will give you some other persons who are HIV positive, okay, or at least the people who they think is HIV positive, so that you can get them tested. You understand? Now ask your question, what you were saying.
My question is that that's what, because the snowball polling also, it is kind of a representative, right? So it means one person is referring to the other persons. It's kind of a convenience. So convenience is the sense of it's both, or it's a non-random, right? So it's not a random based ones. It's a non-probability one. So he is referring to another person. So based on his convenience, like for example, the convenience sample is
not based on his convenience, based on his knowledge. I am taking help of his knowledge.
Both the ways, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the difference between the convenience and knowledge here. See, convenience is what, because he is not going on talking to the another persons, right? I'm talking to the X person, and the X person is referring to the Y. So he is just is lethargic, or he is not ready to. Sorry, about somewhat, so in this case, he is using that what are the time, and less time he is using the what is available person with him, right? From the
not available. Okay, wait. There is a difference. Okay, when we talk about convenience sampling, that is, for example, I am going to stand on near the mall, okay, and I am taking the sample of all the people who is coming out. You understand?
Right.
But I don't know about the traits of the people that I'm taking the samples from. Correct? It may be male, it may be female, it may be from any economical background for that matter, okay, or it may be anything. But here, in which I am going to sample about any sensitive thing in which I don't have, or anything not even sensitive, but anything in which I don't have any information, okay. So in that way, how will I do sample? Can I go in a mall and can I sample, about COVID positive patients? Tell me, will I be getting even one positive COVID positive patients?
So I understand your point of view, but my point is that so based on the availability and willingness to take part, that's what the convenience takes, right? Convenience sampling is taking.
So that is convenience sampling.
Right. So
here it is not. Yes, you are right. That
it's a. I'm saying that it. Yeah. Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, I understood what you are trying to say. Is all the sampling is a kind of convenience sampling, right? Because that individual is convenient in giving his information. That is what you are saying?
Not really. So maybe one way.
What is
correct,
your confusion? What is your
confusion is that it's not
in
a
one line you have to tell.
Yeah, one line is that I want to say that is it not the subset of the convenience, or is it not a type of a sampling method, that the snowball sampling is not a type of convenience sampling? Is it the right statement?
No. It's a totally a different type of sampling. It is both the things come in non-probabilistic sampling, but see, in a way, if you kind of relation, if you try to find out a relation in which you will say that obviously if that person is giving me his information, then obviously he's convenient in giving information. That is the reason. If that analogy you are making, then you are right. But apart from that, if you will say both the things are same, it is not same. The reason is, for example, another example I'll give you of convenience sampling is, for example, if I have to sample 5 people, I may get on my rooftop and I will shout, and whoever turns on my voice, I'll ask them about their opinion. Okay, but that sampling is not always effective whenever in other case. For example, I gave an example of few cases in which I have to take help of snowball sampling. You understand? So what are those cases in which I don't have information about a certain thing? Okay, I cannot go in front of any mall and then test, and sample about COVID patient. The chances are I'll get 0 patients or 0 people who have COVID positive. You understand?
Okay.
So I just gave you an intuitive example. Try to give you so usually it happens whenever you don't have any information about the things that we are going to do the sampling from. Okay.
Okay. Fine.
Usually what happens, okay, I'll give you another example. I want to do the sampling of the people who were once involved in, say, some illegal activities. Okay. You understand? So usually whenever news channel reporters goes to meet those people, they are able to get hold of them and take interviews. Yes or no? But but how do they reach? They make them assure that okay, you won't be get disclosed with your identities and all. So one people, they reach one people, and then they will say, okay, I want to take your voice to the nation, so can you nominate other people so that I can take other voices, so that collective voice can be heard about your why you are doing this kind of thing, what are your demands. Okay, so one person, I'll get hold of one person, he will take me to another person, another person will can take me to another person. Okay, this is the way the snowball sampling happens. Yeah.
Is it for the trait which is little hard to find and not so convenient to find around you?
Is it not a trait? I didn't know. What is the question?
Is it this snowball sampling is for a particular characteristic which is not so convenient to find around you? You just
Yeah,
get one seed and that leads you another.
yeah. So we don't use all of the sampling for one particular type of problem. So we have different types of problem and different types of convenience. And then we, based on our convenience or our ability or inability, sometimes I'll have less cost. Okay, less cost to spare. Okay, less cost to do for a particular sampling. So the best way to do is to go outside a mall and do the sampling. Or even another way of doing is for example, I'll only sample in my own building. Okay, that is also sampling. Okay, based on my convenience, I'll not go to another part of my city. I'll do based on my convenience. That is convenience. So based on my cost and complexity or type of bias I want, or type of use case that I'm working on. For example, in quota sampling, I did, for example, I'm doing research on gender thing. Then I will obviously create a particular quota in which I'll only consider the gender, and then I'll do the sampling. Okay, so based on different use cases and the problem that I'm considering, I'll do the sampling. Make sense?
So, Dhruv, can we just say something like that? Even if we want, we cannot do convenient sampling here because we don't have all the people in front of us.
That is what I said. Okay, so even if you want, I want for each of the problem, I should be able to do convenience sampling, right? But I cannot do. First of all, the bias is more because it is a type of non-probabilistic sampling. Other than that, even if I am considering only the non-probabilistic sampling, then also you are right. I cannot do always the convenience sampling because of inability of the data points of our interest that I am going to do. Okay.
Right.
Let's talk about judgment sampling, which is our last type of sampling. Okay. So this is based on our judgment. Okay. Like based on our judgment of our definition, it should be personal definition. For example, if say for example, and that can be, you can say that should be obviously can be questioned, that why you made your judgment in a way, but at last it is my judgment that I chose a certain group of people based on my judgment, and that judgment can be based on my expertise on a particular subject. Okay, or my ability to understand, or my ability to know about that particular population better. You understand? Okay, so for example, if I have to select, okay, if I have to select a sample out of Bangalore, and if I have to select a sample in which I want to study only the, say, people who are who are let's say what you will say, like whose economical background is good. Okay, so probably I'll select the sample from very posh locality. Okay, that is my judgment. I made a judgment that obviously this particular area has more per capita income, or more posh locality has reasonably more you can say per capita income, or more rich people live there. So that is my judgment. Based on my judgment, I thought that these points should, this is the type of data points I want, and I'll do sampling from there. Okay, so that is based on my expertise, my judgment. Okay, understood? This was the type of judgment sampling.